The reason I do it is number one, there's the sense of you want to try something different, but you also want to set an example. I want to set an example for people that come after me, uh, because they're going to be overwhelmed with shit writing. They're going to be overwhelmed with sub mediocre writing that gets praised. And it's not just the bad 50 Shades kind of writing. It's people like the Wallaces and the Eggers that get praised. It's people like the Judith Kitchens that get overpraised for no reason. Uh, but I mean, who else is going to do this? It's sort of like the Spider-Man thing. With great power comes great responsibility. If I have the ability to change and put out a shining example of how to write great poetry, do great essays, do great criticism, do great short stories, great fiction. Maybe sometime in the future, when I run out of ideas for books, maybe I'll do plays or whatnot. But who else is going to do that? Um, you know, uh, I have to do that, and this is where it gets to the kind of altruism. And I'm not trying to portray myself as a saint, but Jessica, I've told her, she said, "Do I ever regret not going to college?" And I said, "No, I don't, because if I went to college, if I was working 60 or 70 hours at some job, that the guy Thomas Evans you talked about, he's working a shit job at some car dealership that he hates, and he says he has no time to do writing. I couldn't do that for 30 or 40 years. So I have to go through these downtimes when, because I have ethics, I get screwed at my out of a job or something, uh, and so I'm spinning my wheels till the next job. Then I have to waste time doing that kind of stuff. There's no jobs I've ever done that I've loved, but I've always done them well and whatnot. But the focus has always been the art. Who's going to do that? And if I abdicate that responsibility, who's going to pick it up? There is no one that I know of, even remotely in a class, in terms of not only just the actual writing or the creation of art, but in the generosity of giving out. I've lost count of the amount of emails that I've answered. I don't answer nearly as many emails as I did in the first 8 or 10 years of Cosmoetica, simply because a lot of the people didn't appreciate it, and they get into these fucking arguments. If you want me to give an opinion, then take that opinion. You can disagree with it, but don't fucking try to bust my chops about it, especially when I don't have to waste time with you. I'm someone who, I could go off and make great art, and when someone finally gets off their ass and discovers it and says, "Whoa, why didn't this guy get to do?" I could look back, in my old age, or look forward to an afterlife of people, scratching their balls, wondering why I didn't get my due, or why I didn't get any kind of even minimal remuneration. But who's going to do it?